Hey y'all, hey. So this video is gonna be a little different, okay? Actually, let's just go and get into it.
A journey through time.
Hey y'all, hey. Welcome to the Journey Through Time. I'm your girl Wendy. If you're oldie but goodie, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Um, this video here was supposed to be about me showing you how to do a men's bow tie box, okay? I'm actually setting it up for you guys so I can do it. But I'm gonna tell you something. I have not been inspired to have the energy to record lately. Since Mother's Day, I have not had the. I've just been so drained, and all I've been doing is the orders from T-shirts and orders from tumblers, and that's it. But I want to talk to you about what I've learned so far as getting a permit, sitting up on someone else's property. And I just want to let you know, for people that don't know, what I've learned uh, over this little bit of time that I've had to myself. So, first things first, if you're on city property or anybody's property, you have to get permission to be on their property. Okay. A lot of us do set up on property without permission, but you have to get permission to set up on the property, and you have to have a permit. Now, this permission from them is not just a verbal thing. This is something that has to be written down on paper along with your permit, your peddler's license, or whatever you want to call it. Um, when I looked it up, that's exactly what it's called, a peddler's license. And in my state, it's $100 for the peddler's license. You also have to get, like I said, some type of written something saying that you are allowed to sell on their property. So if someone do rolls up on you, you have the permit, which is the peddler's license, and you also have your paperwork saying that the owner of this land that you're on says it's okay for you to sell on their land, on their property. Okay. That's the best way to do it if you do not want to be ran off at a location that you're at. Okay. Now, if you do have that person's permission and you're selling on their land, on their property, and someone comes up to you and asks you, do you have permission? And you tell them yes, the next thing they're going to ask you is, do you have the permit to sell here? Because it does not matter if you have their permission if you don't have the permit. All right. Also, um, here where I am, if I would say that day that I was ran off, if I would have taken the chance to go to another lot and set up again, I'd be taking a chance of getting a fine because we're small here. To me, we're small here, and I just feel like if they'd seen me a second time, he already took my name down. Then I'm pretty sure that he would have shut me down, and I would have got a fine. So that's also something to be careful and mindful about. Um, yeah, we all can get permits. Not everybody can do that, especially when they're starting off. Um, Also, something else interesting I learned, and I looked for this because of the fact of a comment that was under my live, and I wanted to see how true it was, and it's actually a true thing. So, listen to this. If you're selling in your yard, right? Your, your own place, like I did, you still need a permit on your own property. Okay? You don't need permission because it's your property. You might have to show that it's your property, but you live there, right? Okay, that's not the issue, but you still need a permit. selling in your own yard, unless the things that you're selling in your yard is, so you're saying that it's a yard sale, used things, and that you're not doing it very often. So the kicker is, if you're selling your baskets in your yard as a business and it's very often, like Valentine's Day, and then you come around and or Valentine's Day and Easter, and then Mother's Day, and then Father's Day, and then you turn back around and you sell them for another day. That is too often for them, to the point that you have to have a permit to sell in your own yard. I didn't have no issues. I didn't have nobody pull up on me at home and say that. But like I said, I've been doing my research, and I felt like this is something that needed to be talked about. So I figured I would come on here so we can talk about it. So you do have to have, if unless you tell them it's a yard sale, but the stuff that, and you're not doing it very often. And the thing about that is all that stuff is new. So I don't see how that works out. But you can do that, I guess. I don't know. But that's something else I noticed that you have to do. So I hope this helped out anybody that's trying to figure out, should I go out in the streets and sell, and how to go about doing it, and maybe even doing it the right way the first time. Because you do know a lot of people have been doing it and getting away with it also. But now the basket community has grown significantly, okay, to the point that I guess the government and everybody else is noticing it. Okay, so now they want to cut. Okay, they want to know, what is being spent, and so making sure that you're being taxed properly and that you're paying taxes back. So that's what I feel that's all about. What else? Okay, so me myself, I am gonna do that. I'm gonna get the permit and stuff, everything I need. But y'all, I'm thinking about selling at home. Even though I live in a college, so I'm thinking about selling at home and making the proper signs for people to find me. I'm also thinking about, a lot of people are familiar with my business cards, that I might take my business cards and a flyer before I'm starting to sell that weekend and go to the parking lot. You know how you go somewhere and people got stuff on your car when you come into your car, there's a little tag and thing. Yeah, I might do that. I'm still thinking, but there's always a way around things, and to do it, where you can still make your money and not get in trouble and have any problems. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I turned this video into, instead of showing you guys how to make the bow tie box. I'm still going to show you how to do it, but I really wanted to come on here and do that first. Like I said, I really don't have the drive to really do a video. I'm not losing hope, you guys. It's like my energy level is just and with Mother's Day is one of the hardest days of the year for me, and so I'm just trying to take it one day at a time, recuperate, have a little windy time, and at the same time I'm still doing orders and all that stuff. So don't think I'm not. I'm still working behind the scenes, but I'm also trying to do some videos and bring some videos to you guys so you'll know exactly how to do certain things. How many of you are doing Father's Day this year? Say down in the comment. You could just put Father's Day if you don't want to put anything else. I'm just curious who's all doing Father's Day. I'm not, but I'm curious to who's doing it. Okay. Well, I guess that's going to be all me blabbing and carrying on. I just wanted to give you that little bit of piece of information, and I hope that it helps somebody somewhere. Until next time, talk to you later.